Buenos dias from Lima, Peru. We are finally leaving Peru and we have a very, very long travel day ahead of us. But while Nate was on his run this morning, he realized that we did not get our COVID test yesterday and we need them to enter into Brazil. So even though we're not entering Brazil for another 36 hours, we still need the test before our first flight, but they said that the PCR results are going to come back within 24 hours and we need them within the next hour. So I have no idea what we're going to do right now. No idea. It's a crazy day already. Good thing is it doesn't seem super busy. There's only a couple of people in front of us, but it looks like they're set up for a lot more people. So hopefully it goes pretty fast. En las 4 horas. Okay, I'm gonna keep my mask on since we're inside like a COVID center. But she said that it's gonna take about 12 hours to get our test results. We are taking the test now. It's almost noon. Our flight is at 4:20. So we have 4.5 hours. We can't even check in until 4 hours. We still need to take the test and get the results. They said that we need it before our first flight, which we have 3 flights today. First, we're flying to Panama. We have an overnight layover there. Then we're flying to Bogota, Colombia. We have a 13-hour all-day layover there. And then we have an overnight flight to Brazil. The only place we need a test for is going to Brazil. So I'm hoping they let us check into the flight today, get on the first 2 flights, even if we don't have the results, even though they said we do. Fingers crossed. I also need to fill out a health declaration form for Nate for Brazil, but they won't send me the email link, so it was so stressful today.
That was a tearjerker.
We were able to get our test done super, super quickly. Less than 10 minutes we were here total. They filled out all the paperwork for us, which was really helpful. And my lady said that I should get results within the next 2 hours. So fingers crossed that's true. We still have to figure out how to fill out the health form, get inside the airport, and we might not be able to check in for the next 2 hours then.
I just love that there's dogs at the airport. That just doesn't happen everywhere. And that's not at all someone's pet. That's just a stray dog who's just hanging out here at the airport. I love it. Okay, pretty standard getting into the airport. They just gave us a temperature check and sprayed our bags down with some disinfectant. We talked to one of the airline workers here because the queue for the line to check in is like a freaking mile long and we didn't want to stand in it only to be told no, that we can't check in right now. So we asked him if we could check in without our results and he said no, we have to wait for them. So that's what we're doing now, and Alicia is filling out our health forms. All right, so sometimes they send you emails of the test results and sometimes you have to create an account and log into that account to view your results, and we are working with the latter. But the problem is our accounts aren't working correctly. So we're going back out to the testing station in hopes that they can help us get logged into this account so we can get our results and get checked in as soon as possible.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't receive my...
Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thanks. I don't think we're getting on a flight today.
Why? It's 1 o'clock, and very unfortunately, we thought they said it was going to be 2 hours to get our test results, but now it is looking like they actually said 12 hours, which is a big difference. It makes a huge difference in our day today because we're supposed to board a flight in 3 hours that we need that test for. So still trying to get logged into our account, and we're exploring every possible option to try to get on this flight today, but it's not looking good. So we're just gonna try and attempt to check in, even though we don't have our test results, because we only need them for Brazil, and that is our last flight, and we get there on Monday, which is still almost like 35 to 40 hours away. So we're going to Panama. All they require is a vaccination card, and also Colombia as our second layover, and they don't require anything. No test, no vaccination card. So we feel it's reasonable to expect that we should be able to fly to one of those destinations, and hopefully by then get our test results, but it's a long shot for sure. We've been in line for like 20 minutes, and I would say we've probably got another 20 minutes to go.
Brazil? So we took it today, but we don't have the results.
Yeah, excuse me.
Yeah.
I need to see your COVID test.
So we don't have the results yet. No. So we're flying to Panama and then Bogota.
What's your final destination?
Brazil.
Brazil.
Yeah. So we took the test before this, like an hour and a half ago, and it says it'll take 12 hours to get the results. So we'll get them tonight, but we don't need them for Panama or Colombia.
Yeah.
So we'll have them before we go to Brazil.
But I need to verify the COVID negative.
Yeah, we just don't have that. And
I need to read the negative
We're both
in your test.
vaccinated. Does that help?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Ellos tienen su tarjeta de vacunación. Also, I need to see your declaration from Brazil.
Have that. 9. Okay. 6.
Okay.
Una prima.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
We have boarding passes. We are getting on this flight and we are going to Panama.
Alicia also made a great point. Check-ins do take a very long time. However, we have to think about it from a different perspective. It's easy for us because we're just coming to check in for one other country, but they have to know all the requirements and deal with so many conditions from so many countries right now that even if it takes a little bit longer, like, we need to cut them some slack because they're doing an amazing job with really, really difficult times. I had a giant booger on my nose when she asked me to show my face at customs.
Who else doesn't get really runny noses in these things though?
That was so embarrassing.
We're at the Hana VIP lounge at the Lima airport and we got menus. He said everything is free and unlimited, and there's 2 floors inside the lounge. It's really nice and really quiet. I think we might be the only ones here.
I see a bar.
Since buffet services have been temporarily suspended, they have a menu that you write what you want and someone to grab everything for you.
Thank you.
Gracias.
That is a turkey roast, some sort of potato entree. Greek salad, tres leches cake,
Beef stroganoff.
beef stroganoff. That looks delicious. Creme brulee. These lounges are going to be our home for the majority of the next 38 hours. At least we hope. You really have to appreciate this kind of pour. This is rare at an airport lounge. Do you see this? Cheers. To make it true. Quick review of the food. Pasta salad. Tastes like Skittles. Kind of weird. 2 meat dishes, the beef stroganoff and turkey. About the same. Pretty good. The desserts and the potato dish with quail egg. Definitely the best. Time to board. This is the stuff of VIP lounges here. The red rope. This is so slow.
No.
Like,
I can't tell how slow it is. We are getting ready to board our first of 3 flights today. First, we are flying from Lima to Panama. It's about a 3.5-hour flight. We're flying with Copa Air. They always say get here an hour before the flight leaves, but we sit around for like 20 or 30 minutes. And then we get on the plane and it's usually a little late. But we're okay with late flights today because our layovers are so long.
Well, we're back in Panama for the 3rd time this year. But we've never slept here, so... Oh, never slept in the airport here.
That was like, definitely slept here. It's currently 8:23. The lounge closes at 9 p.m. We just landed at gate 208. We have to make it all the way to gate 130 to get to the lounge. I think it might be in a different terminal.
The important part about all of this is we need dinner, and this is our last shot at dinner tonight because all the lounges basically close. I'm not sure if restaurants close too, but I'm going to guess that everything's pretty much lights out after that time. That's 202. That is a far cry from 130.
We have 30 minutes in the lounge, and we've been to this lounge before, and unfortunately I don't think they have meals, just snacks, so I grabbed one of everything.
And so do I. We're probably never welcome back here again.
Gracias.
Gracias. Wow, we're home. I love our hotel. It looks beautiful. Close. Okay.
The only
After doing a little bit of research before we came, we found a website called Sleeping in Airports, which gave us a lot of information about potentially spending the night here in Tocumen Airport. Unfortunately, all the seating here has armrests, so you can't sleep across the seats, and the floor honestly looks pretty dirty, but there are people sleeping here, and they are welcome to people sleeping here. Plenty of flights in the morning, so I don't think we'll be alone tonight. Since there are so many people camping here for the night, we've had to walk around quite a bit to find a spot. I think we found it. It has an outlet. It's not near a lot of other people. Still in a well-lit area with security cameras around and in a pretty populated area, so people are walking by constantly, which sounds like a bad thing when you're trying to sleep, but a good thing when you're thinking about security of all of our stuff we have on us. It is currently 11 p.m. and tonight is our first overnight layover. We decided to save a little bit of money and sleep at the airport instead. Our layover is 12 hours and we're only a couple hours in, so we still have 9 hours left. We haven't gotten any sleep so far, and I honestly don't think we're going to because it is extremely noisy here.
I was just sleeping in the airport.
Annoying.
There are also a variety of methods of coping with ways to sleep here in the airport. Very interesting tactics. We have, I think, what's most common, which is what Alicia is adopting, and that is just curling up in a ball in a chair. Number 2, I didn't even know this was possible, just wrapping your face in something to cover your eyes. And number 3 is just flat out laying on the floor. They have these signs which say you can't sit on the ground and charge your phone and that you can't lay down on the ground to fall asleep, which they don't seem to be enforcing, and I think that's the kinder thing to do. Nobody should be in an airport at this hour of the night. about 1 in the morning. That's the construction going on. They've also started cleaning. It is 4:50 in the morning, and the first lounge opens at 5 a.m. So that's where we're heading now. I don't think this will surprise anybody, but we did not finish all our snacks last night. Ooh, the sun is out, our brains are foggy, and we are heading to our second flight so that we can wait to board.
We still have 24 and a half hours until our flight lands in Brazil.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, Captain speaking. On behalf of Copa Airlines and Frank, let me welcome you to flight.
Boom. That was a great hour and 15-minute nap. I think we're in Bogota, but honestly, they could have flown us anywhere. I would have no idea. But first things first, we need some internet and some food. It worked. You did?
Yeah,
Man.
I'm bringing this airport to life, baby.
Okay, so it wasn't just as easy as deplaning and getting dropped right into the terminals. They cycled you all the way back to the front. We were able to skip immigration, but had to go back through security again. And now we are in search for our lounge.
Since our layover in Bogota is 13 hours, we decided to pack some toiletries and an extra change of clothes. So I'm gonna go freshen up. Okay, since it's been such a crazy, somewhat stressful, and pretty hectic travel day so far, I thought we'd do a quick recap about what was required of us for each of the flights and countries that we were flying into. First, we had to wear 2 masks when we were flying out of Lima. Once we were out of Lima and landed in Panama, we were able to take off that second mask. Such a relief. To get into Panama, we didn't have to have any special requirements since we weren't leaving the terminal. If we had left the terminal and decided to get a hotel outside of the airport, we would have had to get an antigen or PCR test and filled out their health forms. To get into Colombia, same situation, except we are going to be leaving the airport here, so all we have to do is fill out their check-make form online. It takes about 5 minutes, and we don't have any requirements for vaccination or COVID tests. And lastly, for Brazil, we do need a PCR test, and it has to be done 72 hours before your first flight out. So we actually could have got it done all the way back on Wednesday. Of course, we waited until the very last minute, but we have the results back and we're negative. We also have to fill out a health form for Brazil. Basically, just need a health form everywhere you go saying, I don't have any symptoms and I haven't been in contact with anyone in the last 14 days who has had COVID. One last note is that all of these requirements could change on the turn of a dime and may not be accurate even when we post this video. We go through the US Embassy websites, but most airlines also have a travel requirements page that tells you everything you need to know for your flight. Copa Airlines page was really helpful for getting everything situated for this flight for us. It's now 2 p.m. and our flight still doesn't leave for another 8.5 hours. So we thought it'd be a good idea to go outside of the airport. I am so tired though. little bit of a language barrier trying to get from the international terminal back to immigration to leave the airport, since they're two totally separate areas, but we figured it out. We have quite a few more hours, so we had to show our boarding passes and our passports and explain in our very limited Spanish, but we got it. We're heading back to immigration now to leave the airport. Immigration was super easy. She asked what hotel we were staying at. I said we're coming back tonight. She gave us a 90-day visa and we were on our way. We didn't even have to take our mask down this time.
Yeah, that was interesting. You're literally so bad at having a backpack. All right, we found him. So he's paying the parking and we are sitting in a very warm vehicle. And I'm in front because in Colombia, you have to pretend as though you are a close friend or relative and be in the front seat so that no one becomes suspicious of the fact that you are in an Uber.
His name is Nicholas, by the way.
We're best buds now. He's here.
City of mine, how I love the city of mine.
One of the main things that we really wanted to do in Bogota and tried multiple times was go to El Chato, which is the #1 restaurant in all of Colombia. And it was just a few blocks from where we were staying. We tried multiple times with no reservation and we're not allowed in. So we're trying again with no reservation. So excited to be here. We're sitting at the bar and it always feels like, oh, we're at the bar, it's like cramped, but like we always get the best service and the best show and the best recommendations, so I'm pumped.
Yeah, we've gotten used to it too in Bogota. We never have had a reservation, so we always end up at the bar.
Yes.
But it's a good option, and I'm happy to have that over not getting to eat here at home.
Yeah. Best restaurant in Colombia.
I ordered the Don Chateau. It's the signature drink here. Translation in Google is big ass ants. I don't know, but I know it has tequila and a jalapeno or jalapenos, and anytime those two combine, I'm in. Although I didn't expect it to be pink, to be honest. My drink is very good, and it has a little hint of smoke, which is what I like about tequila and jalapenos put together. The bartender asked if it was spicy enough, and I told her I could handle more, at which point she offered to make me a new cocktail, which is like crazy good service, but I was like, that is not necessary. This is a fantastic drink, just the way it is. I'm just a psycho about spicy, and I love it. I literally burned our tongues off the other day cooking breakfast.
Bad. Spiciest thing I've ever eaten.
I've never in my life had chicken hearts.
We did just have beef hearts for the first time. They were really good.
They're fantastic. And I've learned that with great restaurants like this one, you don't question the recommendations. You just get it and you love it because it's amazing.
She said this is the best entrada they have on the menu.
Ooh, there's that cream
There you
cheese.
go, yeah.
This
is like the perfect meal for you. You love mixing your ingredients together.
I do love mixing my ingredients together. That is very true. Okay. Little... Okay, I've got everything.
Yeah, you do.
This is my bite. It's gonna be a big bite. I don't know what to say. Like, it's so magical together, though. The chicken heart itself is a very different texture than the cow heart. Cow heart was more like a steak. I honestly don't know how to describe the chicken heart.
The chicken heart is so tender, and with the cream cheese, it's so rich. They're little tiny little hearts, and the potato is so crispy, and it has slices in it, so all that sauce and cream cheese gets soaked inside. Very, very good.
It's like everything I wanted to say, but just couldn't put into words. It's fantastic.
Our main course was another recommendation by our bartender. She got us the pork belly on a parsnip puree with a bean and kale salad, and then the sauce on it is this fruit that is local to Colombia, and I forgot the name of it.
I can't stop looking at it and smelling it. It looks just divine.
Let's take it.
I'm jealous that she gets the first bite. Wow.
It's like glazed.
Yeah, it is.
It tastes like Christmas with the fruity sauce and the pork. It's so crispy. It's almost hard to cut through. It's so crispy.
And for me, I'm so used to pork belly like melting with a butter knife cut in your mouth, and this isn't that. It's a little tougher, almost like a pork chop.
Yeah.
So I'm not as much a fan of that, but it is still a very delicious cut of meat.
We asked for one last dish from our bartender who gave us a surprise for dessert. It turns out it's the mambe cake, and mambe is the roasted cacao seed, and it turns green. So it looks like we're having like matcha cake and everything, but it's the mambe. I think it's cool.
It's cool. It does smell like matcha though as well.
There probably is matcha on it. Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah. The ice cream is made with liminaria, and then there's marshmallow and more mambe cream on it as well. It looks really cool and really good.
Yeah.
There you go.
No, go for it.
Go.
Wow.
Oh my god.
There's so much happening at once.
It tastes like Thailand.
Yeah, I can see that.
I really like it though.
I like it too. But it is seriously like an explosion of like 7 different flavors in your mouth, and it is so hard to decide what is what. But it works. It's good.
I love the liminaria ice cream. It's so good.
Excuse
Hey.
me. Sorry, it's really good. I'm eating all of it.
Where are you going? Hey. Hello?
Overall, so happy that we got to eat at the best restaurant, El Chato, right here in Bogota. It's crazy we weren't able to eat here for the 6 weeks that we lived here earlier this year, but on our 12-hour layover, we made it work. We had the best bartender, Andrea. She gave us the best recommendations, and the service here was just next level. And I don't know if the food was exactly the best food that we've ever had, but the service definitely made it worth it. We have about 40 minutes before we have to leave to go catch our last flights, of which will be 4 hours early, so I think we're good. But we have one last stop, something we were dying to do while we were in Colombia and just never got a chance to. We're gonna go play the national Colombian pastime, Tejo.
You're on this
You
thing.
gotta hit at the red thing.
Oh, the red thing?
That's what will make it explode.
Oh my god. This thing's huge. Oh. 1 point. I thought it was good, and then it just soared. This is crazy. I'm so excited to see this explode.
I know, me too. I did it! I made it explode! This is my explosion. We don't even care about the score, but we both did it! Last one. Tejo was so much fun. We finally got them to explode, which is the whole point of the game. It's like bowling with fireworks.
Yeah, that's a great description.
Or cornhole with fireworks.
I actually think the point of the game is to win, and there are other ways to get points. We just did not care at all. It was only the explosions we were going for. And we got 2, and we got really close to a couple others. I feel like we kind of got gypped out of some explosions.
It was so fun, and I'm so sad we only had 30 minutes. We turned it into 45 plus. Now we don't have internet and need to find a taxi.
So, you know, we'll figure that out.
Yeah. One more thing.
Whew. Okay, we need to get out of the car fast per Uber's instructions because he's not supposed to bring us to the airport. Hopefully mission accomplished. Last time we were here, we got stopped by the police inquiring about who drove us here, so. All right, immigration at Bogota Airport and security, fantastic. We got through in no time at all. And now, okay, so we've been to this lounge. This is our 3rd time, but it's the 2nd time today. But before we were here forever, and we had no idea that the bar was included. They didn't say anything, so we just assumed it was like an upcharge because the buffet is too. But we just asked them now, and they said no, it's included. Never mentioned it. So that's where we're gonna go hang out and hopefully get some work done. Watching the World Championships of Disco. This is not currents in any way, shape, or form.
Did you have the COVID test?
Yes. We're going on 30-something hours of travel. I am super jazzed. We're going to our 13th country. The last flight of the day, we got an emergency row seat in the window and the middle next to each other. I'm so happy because it's a 6.5-hour flight.
Yeah, I don't know, that's it. That's our day. If I make it, you know, to take off, we'll have more, but otherwise we'll see you in the morning.
For takeoff, make sure your seatbelt is fastened and adjusted.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will shortly start the fumigation process, which is a requirement of the authorities of Brazil.
Of 13 countries, that was the easiest immigration stop. All they asked was, are you here for tourism? Yes, no other questions. No hotel, no vaccination, no test results, literally nothing. And we got our passport stamped, like less than 30 seconds.
Not even how many days are you here?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, where are you staying?
Holy cow. What a view.
Copacabana Beach, baby! We finally made it! Can you believe it? And we have a view of Copacabana, and we were able to check in. My watch is dead.
It's 9 a.m.
We were able to check in at 9 a.m.
That was so nice of them.
It's fantastic.
9 a.m. upgraded. Oh my gosh, what a day.
What a day. It's been 44 travel hours since we checked out of our Airbnb to checking into this hotel. I fell asleep like 10 times in the taxi on the way here.
If you liked this incredibly long day, hit the like button below. And if you want to stamp your passports with us again,
Make sure you subscribe so you guys can see Rio with us. We have so many big plans over the next week.
good night, even though it's 9 a.m.
Overall, so excited we got to eat at the best restaurant. Takes about 5 below. But, oh God, stop eating your hair. Do you want to say your name?
I don't remember anything that's in this, so I would really appreciate if you'd say it. Someone just stepped on my foot.
Went to the lounge and got plenty of snacks for the night. Oh my God. Be warm. I got one traditional and one.
So excited for a giant 8-hour nap, baby.
Only 6.5 hours.
6.5 hours. Yeah. What the heck is this?
I've never seen that before. Are you gonna get the tour?
This is our airplane.
Are you